Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, Jimmy Flippin' Deals. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope y'all are doing well. I hope your sales are just flying off the hook. If you are a reseller like I am, for those that don't know, I sell on eBay, Amazon, things like that. Just about every marketplace either I'm a part of or been a part of. I have kind of downsized the amount of marketplaces I use, consolidated it, streamlined it, but those are always an option too. So if you're somebody like me, welcome. But here recently I had spoke of buying a school bus. Short story is I did it. I'm going to show it to you. But there is a huge story that has led into that. And I'm going to piecemeal it out. But as far as this, it has been a long journey on this. Some beautiful developments for my business as well over the last few weeks. Matter of fact, I should have brought y'all along, but I was laser focused as much as I can be on making sure I didn't mess up. I bought the biggest amount of stuff at one time, the biggest purchase I've ever made for my business I've done over the last couple weeks. And I've been processing that. I've been trying to instantly turn it into revenue because that amount of money, for those that don't know, my car broke down. I got my motorcycle up and going. I spent money on my car. I did the biggest purchase now for for my business to the tune of like $7,000, and that's not flexing. It's not a lot in the grand scheme of things for a lot of resellers, but for this little guy, it is a lot. And then to turn around with the car issues, the motorcycle issues, to buy a bus, the biggest purchase of that. Flying up here, rental cars and hotel rooms and things going astray. My wife, my estranged wife, my wife wanted to join in along, come up for the trip, so she did that. But in that story, in that part of the story, my stepson was supposed to watch my dog. It's in a rainy time over the last few days. But he was not feeling well, so I lost my dog sitter in essence. So she went ahead and came up with me. But because this particular trip, this leg of the trip has taken longer than first anticipated, she's gone ahead and she's in the process of heading into Cincinnati to fly out tonight to go rescue my dog from her little dog yard that's in the rain. I did put some shelter up for her. I put a little lean-to. And she should be okay. I give her plenty of food, but we've never left my dog Kaya alone more than a work shift, much less we're going on 3 days now. So I've got her a flight to go back. I am currently in Asheville, Ohio, I think. Anyway, heading towards Cincinnati, heading towards Dallas, Texas, right, in order to go home with this bus. I was able to buy it. I did get it a few $100s off of the asking price, which I thought actually was very fair. However, when I got here, there was two tires that weren't, one tire wasn't even street legal and the other one barely was. In all fairness, I can't even drive off of this place legally. If I were to get stopped, I could get ticketed. And in Ohio, big buses, anything over 10,000 pounds, has to go through the scale house, and I would be opening myself up for a ticket. So she gave me, what was it? $300 off. I ended up spending $750 on two tires. But I didn't come expecting a new bus either, and that's what I told her. But I did tell her, I expect to be able to drive away from it, and I wasn't going to negotiate with her on price. It was going to be a yes or no thing, and she said, no, I actually, I feel partly responsible, even though I didn't find her at fault at all. But she offered a few $100s, offered to meet me approximately halfway with the new tires. I did think originally I was going to take off some used tires that looked brand new, that looked virtually brand new. But when I got there, I asked them how old they were, and they were like 10, 12, 15 years old, something. I think one of them was 12 years old, one of them was 15 years old. They had been displays in a tire shop. They looked brand new, but it wasn't worth the It was like 600 for 2 used tires that still had, I mean, they still had the inks on them and stuff, but 2 old tires, I guess not used is not the right word, or 750 for 2 brand new. So I did that route. It is, I believe, they say it's a full-size bus. I do believe it's about 40 foot. I haven't put the tape measure to it. It used to be an online, or not an online, a mobile store for the Mennonite and Amish community. She sold fabrics and you know, spools of yarn and stuff. So it looks resembling store. You know, like it's got, let me turn you around, that'll be the easiest way. You like my sandwich? Little bologna. Cheap, cheap, cheap. But like I said, it, you know, it's got shelves. I took my 2 used tires with me because they were going to charge me, and neither of them are flat. Apparently the size tire that I have is kind of unique. But yeah, shelves all the way through. It's not exactly what I'm necessarily going to have going on in here. I'm envisioning totes on both sides. There are a couple seats left, a couple towards the front. But these shelves aren't bad considering what I'm going to do, which is to be able to stay out sourcing longer. They left the emergency door. Cool. They did tint the windows. Some of the windows are completely obstructed, which is not bad. It's not limo tint like I wanted, but from the outside during the daytime, it does make it a little difficult to see. This bench folds down. They did keep it. But when it's folded up, there's actually a, see that table leg? That's what it is. It goes in this spot here, and there is a tabletop right there that fits on top. So this all can be a table. So not too bad. Like I said, not exactly what I will have long term. And it's got these little LEDs. It does have 3 batteries. And they had isolated these LED lights so you can work on it at night without the batteries going dead. So they kind of changed the wiring around. So decent. Now I have discovered since I got it, I took it for about a 30-minute test drive. And everything seemed pretty good. I've never drove a bus. I've drove some big trucks. The engine sounds smooth. It shifts fairly good. It's got a 7.2 or 7.3 Caterpillar paired with a 3000 series Allison. I don't think it's the 3060. I think 3040. I don't know. Anyway, 3000 series. So it has 5 speeds at the moment, but I'm understanding that I can make it go faster, that the only reason why it's limited to 5 speeds is in the computer, not the actual transmission. So right now it does 55 miles an hour, but with a little adjustment to the computer box, it should do 65 to 70. So that's what I'm hoping. Even so, I mean, you know, 65 would be nice to not hold up traffic in Texas, because we like to go 75 to 90. But let me show you. Oh, come on. I'm trying to eat my sandwich to it. This is my first meal in this place. So here it is. They have put some paint to cover up some of the school stuff. I do believe that I have to black out that. It was blacked out at one point. They already screwed over the red front-facing lights, so that's not an issue. They took off the stop sign already. It is already registered as an RV, so that saves a lot. It's actually under CDL requirements, so I'm able to drive it with a regular license, but I'll show you the sign. Seems to be pretty straight and clean down this way. Now there, I don't know how the sun's going to do on this. The top mirror was doing well. It's, you know, controlled by wire or whatever, but then when I started going down the road, either I bumped it or it messed up. Same thing with the top up here. Now they have kind of smashed that one, but you know, like I said, oh, in the bottom one there's tape, but I didn't expect a new bus. There is a blemish down on the end, I think from when she started learning how to drive, which from being on my motorcycle here lately has been a bit of an adjustment for sure. My body's starting to relax with it, but that really doesn't bother me. And that is a small panel that could get replaced if it ever does bother me. These are the brand new tires that I just put on. They're not some great brand, but they say they're good tires. They're popular. People use them a lot and come back for them. They are called Prins, which apparently are the same as Fortunes. That sometimes it says Fortune right here instead of Prin, but right here it'll still say, or Prins, I don't know, but it'll still say that, but sometimes it says Fortune. He says they're good tires. But anyway, it is a pusher. Like I say, it does have a small oil leak. The outer ones are not me, but those couple that are right there, I've been here a couple hours now, and that is me. So considering how much oil that they have, it's not a huge concern. Definitely something that needs to get fixed. Is it going to stay up? Yeah. I'm not going to start it for y'all because it's just loud, but everything runs smooth. It's got new belts. Even the fuel filter says October 23, so they seem to be keeping up with it. He was impressed with the wheels, that they weren't rusted up at all. I have a few small boxes under here. This one's a battery box, but on the other side I do plan on probably putting more down for an eventual battery bank or just extra storage. But overall, it's a bus. So about putting a spot right here that will actually hold the motorcycle so I can go down the road and keep my motorcycle. So maybe I'll do some sourcing and keep this kind of as home base, but still use the motorcycle. That way I'm not eating 10 miles to the gallon or less out of this bus. So keep both of them to a minimum, but there you are. I'm sure this is the first of this bus adventure, and I will let you know as I get further down the road. I do need to get to a truck stop where they have big rig oil, so I can check this and keep some on hand and monitor it so I can see how fast it's dropping. I know the oil pressure's good right now, so I have that going for me. But short of that, I didn't want to keep y'all any longer, and I didn't want it to be any longer since I made a video, because it's been a few weeks of some nerve-wracking stuff, and I will tell you all about it as the videos go on. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, bye.